is your no bullshit guide to a happier life. Quick, but not necessarily easy tips to help you to squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of your business and your life. My name is Helen Calvert. I'm a coach, a business owner and a parent, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I do swear occasionally, as the title suggests, so pop in your headphones if I'm not safe for little ears. Ready to go? Let's do this. This episode is sponsored by Trudy Weldon of Lighthouse Psychology and Therapy Services. Trudy offers comprehensive counselling, therapy, mediation and training, and is dedicated to providing compassionate and effective support to help you navigate life's challenges both face-to-face or remotely online. I invited Trudy to become one of our sponsors because she provided EMDR therapy to me over the winter. EMDR is a structured psychotherapy designed to alleviate distress from traumatic memories and is often used for PTSD. It is no exaggeration to say that it has been life-changing for me, and Trudy's understanding of my neurodivergence, as well as her ability to provide such skillful therapy, meant that I felt completely safe in her hands. If you are ready to tackle the big stuff that has been lurking in your mental health for far too long, Trudy is the person to contact. Find out more at Lighthouse Psychology and Therapy Services Ltd.co.uk or via the show notes for this episode. Hello and welcome to this episode where we are going to be talking about how the world stole our capacity. Do you ever feel totally useless? When that nasty voice in your head starts up and tells you that you can't do anything, you've no skills or abilities, you're just a waste of space. I mean, we could go on, couldn't we? Those voices in our heads, they can be pretty fucking awful, can't they? But do you ever feel that way? That is not a reflection of your abilities or your capabilities. That feeling is a reflection of your capacity. Our abilities are the things that we can do under the right circumstances. So there are things that we can't do no matter what the circumstances, and that depends on a whole host of things. But under the right circumstances, if we can do something, that's an ability that we have. So, for instance, I can crochet. I have that ability. I haven't done it for years because, life, but I have the ability. I can play netball. I can play the flute. I can rock climb. I can abseil. I can cook a Moroccan tagine. I can do a passable Egyptian walk. That's a belly dancing thing. Have I done any of these things recently? No. No, I haven't had the capacity. Abseiling is actually a really good example of this because I have done one abseil. I have attempted another. So about 10 or 11 years ago, I did a fundraising abseil. I'd never abseiled before. And I abseiled down the front of Liverpool Cathedral, and it was scary. Of course it was scary, and it wasn't pleasant leaning over at the top and getting started, but I did it. And I was proud of myself and all that good stuff. So years later, I think it was last year or the year before, I signed up to do another one because I thought, well, I've done it before. So, I know it's going to be a bit scary and blah, 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 but, I've done it before. I'll do it again. Great. It'd be amazing. And I'll feel really good when I've done it. So I got up to the top of the big tower at the Trafford Centre, got myself all clipped in. I was like, yeah, it's going to be scary, but I'm going to do it. And got to the bit where I needed to step to the edge and couldn't do it. Could not do it. And yet it's something I had the ability for, but I didn't have the capacity this time around. I just didn't have the capacity to be that scared and be that brave because life was different and it just wasn't there. And what about the things that we hate? So not just the things we might enjoy or kind of want to push ourselves to do, but what about the things we hate? Our capacity is also about how we're able to cope with those. So for this one, my example is slugs. Oh my God, I hate them. I hate most things that are like invertebrate and squishy. Let's not even go there, but I hate them. And how I handle them is a pretty good indication of my capacity. So on a good day, I can see one. They do love to invade my kitchen. We have an arrangement, me and the slugs, that it's their kitchen between 11 o'clock and 5 a.m. And if I see them other than that, I'm not impressed. But on a good day, I can handle it. I can't go anywhere near them. But yeah, okay, there you are. I see you. Bugger off. Fine. On a bad day, oh my God, I just can't. I just can't. It's too awful. And how I feel about something like that is a really good indication of where my capacity is at. So I wonder what your version of that is. We can recognize our capacity by what feels good, what feels doable, what we feel able to face, what we want to do. The problem is that it's our internal stories that get in the way of that clarity. So instead of saying something like, oh, I used to love painting, I wish I had the capacity to do that more, we tell ourselves, oh, I used to paint, but I haven't got around to it for ages. I really should take that up again. Can you hear how that's different? Can you hear how there's judgment in there? I should do it. I should be able to find the time. I used to love it. I used to do it. Why can't I do it now? You don't have the capacity right now. And instead of, I wish I could enjoy bedtime with my kids more. I used to imagine reading them bedtime stories, but I'm at the end of my capacity by 7 p.m. And we don't say that, do we? We say, oh my God, I'm such a shit parent. I can't even enjoy bedtime. Of course you can't. You've got no capacity. I mean, health and weight are prime areas for these stories that rob us of our clarity, right? How many stories do you tell yourself about why you don't have the body you would like to have, or why you don't eat the way you would like to eat? Oh, we have so many stories about that stuff, right? Do you know what the truth is? You don't have the capacity to give up on comfort food right now, because it's one of the few things keeping you going in this overwhelming world. The capacity, not the willpower or some other moral judgment or voice in your head, the capacity. Right, if 50% of your obligations were taken away from you and you got a decent night's sleep at least half the week and you got peace and quiet a reasonable amount of the time, would it be easier to eat less sugar? Of course it bloody would. And here's the truth. Most of us are running at way over our capacity most of the time. Why? Well, I'll tell you what, it's not because we're shit and hopeless and all the other stories we tell ourselves. It's because the world demands it of us and we don't realise that we can say no. This world, with its cost of living and constant noise and 24-hour information cycle and bullshit social obligations and endless paperwork, it would be too much for someone neurotypical, able-bodied, with a decent income and no kids to look after. It'd be too much even for them. But does that describe any of you? Does that describe us? I doubt it. I know you lovely people, my fabulous audience. Most of you are like me. Neurodivergent, struggling with mental and physical health issues, floundering in this cost of living crisis, looking after families old and young, frustrated by the state of the world or how the media portrays it, learning more and more about yourselves and trying to stay afloat. We do not have the capacity to do all of the things we are told we should do. And that is intentional, because keeping us exhausted helps to sell us things like sugar and face cream and holidays we can't really afford so we can escape from our lives, when what we really need is a life that we don't need to escape from. We're going to talk later about how we can change all of this for ourselves, but before we do that, we need to be able to recognize it. And to be able to recognize it, we need to put down the moral judgments. I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to make a list of everything you do this week that you don't really want to do. Don't laugh at me. I know it's a long list. I know. No judgment, okay? So put listening to my children drone on about Minecraft for 3 hours, right? No judgment. You're not a bad parent. You lack capacity. Put down phoning my mother or cleaning the bathroom or making cakes for the school, whatever it is. Put responding to my friends on WhatsApp and answering emails and cooking healthy food. Not wanting to do those things or some of those things, it doesn't make you lazy or selfish or hopeless or awful or whatever BS you're telling yourself. If there was ever a time you would have wanted to do those things, enjoyed doing those things, or just simply been fine with doing those things, then not wanting to do them now is a demonstration of how much capacity the world has taken away from you. Right? We start with this clarity and we sit with this clarity because we already know it. We just don't want to admit it because we imagine that everyone else has loads of capacity and admitting that we don't is somehow a failure. The truth is, nobody has capacity for this world. Ain't nobody got capacity for that, which is one of the reasons it's going to shit. Right? This is why the world's a mess. Every social media argument I see is born out of exhausted, frightened people trying to explain why they need other people to help them to be less exhausted and frightened. You know, if you look underneath. So now write down, when you've got your big old list of all the things you've done that you don't really want to do, now write down what you actually want to do. Again, no judgment. So don't write down go to the gym or socialize more or find more clients unless those things give you a full body yes. I don't want you to write down any shoulds. Write down the actual wants you have right now. It might be that you write down go to bed for a week or run away to Nepal or tell everyone to fuck off. What does your body and brain respond, oh God, yes, to when you think of it? That's the thing to write down. Because what you truly want is most likely the way back to your capacity. So we sit with that. Don't panic. I know you can't actually go to bed for a week or whatever it is, but sit with that knowledge that what you have written down is what it would take to bring back your capacity. And be reassured that we are all feeling the same. Because if we are going to step into our power this year, we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. We're not fretting about what's realistic. We're not hustling for solutions. For now, we're simply sitting with the truth of where our capacity is at and letting the emotions rise up that come with that. Does it make you sad? Does it make you angry? Let out those emotions. They are valid. Stomp your feet. Tell me it's not fair. It's not fair. There is no power without recognizing what this world is doing to us. And to use that brilliant phrase from the film Network, we are mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. So stay tuned for what we're going to do about it. In the meantime, of course, where do we come back to? We be excessively kind to ourselves. And that is how we're going to squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of life, by finding our capacity and recognizing where the world has taken it away from us. Speak to you next time. Thank you so much for listening. It's great to have you along for the ride. Are you already a member of my Happier Life Hub? If not, it's time for you to join. For just £20 per month, you get access to a huge library of resources to help you to banish the BS and live your happiest life. Plus a supportive community, online meetups, and access to me via the DMs. It's like having me in your pocket 24/7. Head to happier-life.co.uk/hub for more details.